Hello, welcome here today to Conny Decorates, and of course with heart. And who's here? Micha, he can join in too, exactly. And Grace, she's also here. We're all getting fed right now. And this is our winter decoration today, but already quite fresh here with daffodils, higher candles, a bit of light, a little dreamy, creating a small forest atmosphere. And if you lovers want to know how this winter decoration works, then stay tuned, because we will show you now. These are the items we need for our winter pre-spring decoration today. I have a zinc container here, a relatively flat one, but you can use anything you have. A tray, for example, is often made of metal as well. That would be a fantastic base. Then I have 2 wooden tree stumps here, let's put it that way. I have a bit of newspaper, old newspaper. Then I got the succulents today at the hardware store for a bargain of €1. Those were the last ones from last year. Then I have quite a few early bloomers. These are the tulips, which I kept from the last video. Then I took a bit of sedum from outside. The native house leek, which was here on our terrace. Here I already have a few daffodils, and I also have a few hyacinths that have already bloomed. And what else do I have? A candle, a bit of wire, and that's it. Moss is definitely included today, and we're getting started. If you have a lot of water, meaning if you water a lot or have flowers that you need to water, it's always beneficial to line the base with plastic, using a plastic garbage bag or blue bag, yellow bag. I don't have much water. The sedum doesn't need much water, so I'm just using a bit of paper here. I'm taking an old bag, crumpling it up and putting it in the bottom. And then I already start with the wooden log and take the wire. Today I have the green binding wire. That's of course quite good when I later lay the moss over it. You won't see the wire so well. Then I twist it around here once, and now I take a crumpled piece of newspaper, place it against this, and now I go around with my binding wire once or twice. I secure it by pulling it tight. Then I take the next piece of newspaper and do the same. Then I have a wonderful base. Later, for the beautiful and vibrant green flowers, I will carefully fix them on it. I'll do that now. Or perhaps I might think about it approximately 34 times, really pulling them tight to ensure they are secure. I believe that when I decorate the tree stump, here with great attention to detail, I will place the other one right next to it, ensuring a harmonious and aesthetically pleasing arrangement. Then I really get a very natural, well, I would say a natural forest atmosphere, and I like that quite a bit. That's why I only have the newspaper up here. Here I have the space to place the other tree stump against it, and then it really fits fantastically. But now I will continue here first. I will get my flat moss, lay it out, and decorate it. Now I will place it here. I still have my wire and a tree stump here, and I will carefully fix it. Just take a look at how you manage it when touching it. Otherwise, go around with the roll again, maybe a little lower, and then I will take the next piece, lay it out again, and do it all around now. It has become quite thick. I'm not so sure if I can still fit the wooden stump. That is the other one here on top. And I really like that because it has actually turned out just like in the forest, where we have a lot of mossy tree stumps. And this is now one of them. So it is really a very natural mossy tree stump. And I am now finished here. Everything is super firm. I will take the wire, cut it off, and simply insert it into the moss here. Plan B, unexpected things often happen. Most of the time, it turns out differently than one had thought. I actually wanted to turn it off, but now I don't think so anymore. I would now like to completely line the entire bowl with moss. I found a little bit outside. You can also use sheet moss or maybe other materials, which could be quite cool, a bit of wood chips or something like that, along with some stones. So really very natural materials. They all have a great place here now. But I still have a bit of boil moss and will now fill in all my gaps here. Now I completely forgot to decorate the candle with it, so that's an advantage now. I will place it on the table now. I need to check again. Exactly. Then it turns on and off at the same time. And I think it looks really great here now. Look, now with the light, it's a wonderful trio. We have moss, a tree stump next to it, a bit of light. And yes, it really creates a great atmosphere. The daffodils. I'm going to take them out of the pot now. That means I have this one left here. I'll take them out. Then I run with them, although they are actually quite well rooted. I'll see if I can just place them next to it like this. And I actually think that's really great now. I'll just leave them in a bunch like this and place them in here. Then I'll fill in the gaps. Here, a bit more with the flat moss. I'll separate these as I break them apart a bit, taking off some soil. Yes, now I have both roots in my hand, and I will take the first one. I think it looks really cool on this side. I pull the moss apart a bit again and just add it here. Yes. Now there's really nice height coming in, and that's obviously great. Oh, that I found them today and that they are already blooming. That really makes a big difference. And yes, you really start to feel the spring vibe. I'll also put one in the back here. There's also really nice space back here. They're added now. I'm putting a bit of moss in here. It's great. It's grown so wonderfully. Here come the little cuttings, and they are totally great. I like them a lot. I have taken them out of the pot now. Here are the cuttings as well. You can easily pinch them off, and they root wonderfully. I have also removed the dry leaves from the bottom here. And I will just place them here. I'll just see where I would like to add them here to the tree stump along with a daffodil, and I'm carefully placing it in here. Here you can also wonderfully water the roots with a syringe or however you like. The succulent always really enjoys that. And then you can give it water so wonderfully. There I have my other succulent and also this one. I'm also removing the wet leaves from the bottom here, and it's just going to go on top here. The moss is super moist, a great water supplier. And of course it feels absolutely comfortable there. Then I'm starting here with my bulb flowers, with the hyacinths. They are still wonderfully intact. I also soaked them in water beforehand. And I just removed the soil, leaving a little bit of root attached. And I would like to decorate it here on my mossy tree stump by simply taking a wooden skewer or gently inserting it here. Then I simply cut it for myself and I just stick it in where I have the newspaper. And then it holds fantastically. I just check where the newspaper is. It holds wonderfully. I first had to see where I have newspaper. Moss would hold as well, but not quite as firmly, so the newspaper definitely provides more stability. And now I cut off a little bit of wooden sticks here and take my hyacinths that I have, and I make them here again. You can also point them a bit downwards or however you like. Here I have, for example, newspaper, and be careful when pushing through that you don't come out on the other side and hurt yourself. And here you can now wonderfully decorate with it. I think that's quite good now. We still have a few tulips from the last decoration here, and I would like to incorporate them again. If that isn't stable enough for you, you can also attach them wonderfully to a wooden skewer or wherever and then push them in a bit. And I also find it quite nice to secure it here on the candle. And now I'll take a look on the other side. I actually still need a little something, and then I'll take this native house leek. It's always fantastic. I'll also remove a few leaves from the bottom again. It has been a bit affected by the cold. It has lost a bit due to the dryness. And I'm carefully removing it here now. And then I'll stick it in here as well. I'll just see that I make a small hole here and then place the root in there, and wonderful. What you can also do is, I have the patent clips here. You can simply bend a U shape with wire, and then you can carefully go in here. As this doesn't harm the succulents at all, very carefully down here, practically up there where the roots are, and I'll push it through here now. And then you can also, I'll just turn it around for a moment because I think something else can go in here as well. Then you can wonderfully secure them on the side here, and then you really get such a great look here. I also find the roots here quite nice, and I think it is well filled in the back as well. And we did it, this is our, my microphone, I would say, our winter decoration is gently awakening to spring, and it will find a place outside on our terrace table. Then we can always look out nicely. We have a level here, the light comes on, and the bulb flowers still have a really nice freshness. We certainly hope that we were able to inspire you today. Then we look forward to the thumbs up, and thank you very much again. I just want to say for all the comments, yes, for, well, I don't know, for the whole last year, the time before, that you are always so sweet to be there. Even if you don't always comment, we know it. So again, a big thank you, right, Micha? Exactly. Exactly. That's why this year will be very fresh, colourful, and quite varied. We promise you that. And we are already looking forward to it. So, dear ones, feel hugged, stay very healthy. You're Conny and me too. Exactly. Until then, dear ones. Bye.